Hello, my name is Precious if this is your first time. On this channel, I help to make your family and relationship a work in progress through videos because I know it's so important. Consider to press the subscribe button and the notification bell if you like my videos. Thank you so much. On today's video, I'm going to be talking about 7 mistakes women make in marriage. I am so excited to talk about this because it's like me talking to me and me talking to every one of you. As women, it's something that we need to proactively or something that we need to be consciously looking at for so we don't slip into these things. The first mistake that women make when they get into marriage is over-familiarity. Is that thing Nigerians say, see finish, or is that thing people say, see finish? When you're so close to somebody, you're so familiar with that person, you're so close, you share a lot of things together. 2 things happen. Is either you become good friends that respect themselves, or you become so familiar to yourselves that you begin to disrespect that person. So one of the things that I have personally noticed is that women become so familiar with their husbands and they become so complacent, they become so disrespectful. They begin to do things that they wouldn't have done on a normal date. If it was the beginning of the relationship or when they were dating, they would not have done those things. Can I just let us know that marriage is a beautiful thing. Marriage is a friendship that it's meant to last for the rest of our lives. If we become over-familiar with our spouses, if we become over-familiar with our husbands, and it makes us now begin to disrespect them, it makes us now begin to overlook things, now begin to do things that we wouldn't have done on a good day, then it's a problem. It's a big mistake. If you're listening to me and you're so over familiar with your husband that it's now on the negative, I would advise you, I would encourage you to look into it and make that friendship to be on a positive side, which is friendship between a man and a woman, which is positive friendship, not negative friendship. Negative friendship, like I say, is when you're too familiar with that person and you begin to dislike yourselves, basically, because you've seen so many faults and you begin to dislike yourself. But if it's a positive friendship, you see so many faults in that person that you begin to appreciate how human we are, because we are human beings. We make mistakes. We are bound to make mistakes. The most important thing is how we manage our mistakes or how we try to get better when we do things wrong. So that's one thing I think women do. And it's a big mistake that women do, over familiarity with their spouses. The second mistake that women make in marriage is they become so comfortable. We become so comfortable when we get married. You see, young girl, before we all got married, you see how we used to dress so beautiful. You see how we used to look so amazing. We make sure everything is just on point so that we'll be able to represent ourselves. But you begin to imagine by the time a woman gets married, she begins to lower her standard. She begins to look after every other person and refuse to look after herself. I am also guilty of this because sometimes we look after our husbands, we look after our children, we look after our parents, we look after our friends, but we don't look after ourselves. There's a post I made some time ago that said that when you are a woman and you wear your hair nets every time, so much so that you sometimes wear it to go to shop, so much so that you wear it, you go out with your net, you wear your nets, basically your net becomes a crown of glory on your head. That means you have actually gotten to the point where you don't care about yourself anymore. We need to get to the point where we care about ourselves. We cannot be comfortable. The fact that we are married does not make us to be comfortable. There's something someone said to me some time ago. He said, do you know why men go for side chick? And I'm like, why will a man go for side chick? There's no justification for that. But the reality is that the person said, because side chick do the things that we married people don't do. Yeah, I know that there are some women that will come at me and say, yeah, why would someone say like something like that? Women, when they are married, they get so busy, they do a lot of things. Yes, they do. But do you know that you need to look after yourself? You need to prioritize yourself. Don't be comfortable. You can't just wake up in the morning, you won't brush your teeth, you won't look after yourself, you just wear that joggers, you just wear that pajamas from morning to evening, and that's when you're going to have a shower, and that's when you're going to go back into bed with that pajamas. We should not be comfortable. We should not be comfortable. We should be able to look after ourselves. There's a video I made recently of how I pamper myself, because I got to the point where I was just so busy. I'm a busy mom. Like I said, I'm a mom of 3 kids. I work full time. I am so busy looking after my kids. I'm so busy looking after the house. I try as much as I can so that the standard of the house will not come down. But my standard is coming down. The standard which I look after myself is coming down. If you're a woman, you're listening to me, it's your standard coming down, because we have to get to the point where we need to not to be comfortable. So I made a video recently of how I pamper myself. I'm going to link it in the description section. I do this pamper at home. I make sure my nails are done. I make sure I get my massage done. I do things for me. Don't be comfortable because you're married. I tell you what, your husband may not be able to tell you the things that I'm saying now. But as a sister, I am telling you that you cannot be comfortable all the time. You cannot wear that joggers all day. You cannot wear that pajamas all day. You cannot stay in the house from morning to evening. You don't brush your teeth. You cannot do that. You cannot just stay in the lounge, and you can't. You need to look after yourself. You need to make sure, as much as you're looking after other people, you're looking after yourself. I'm talking to you. Yes, you know yourself. You're hearing me. You're listening to me. We need to look after ourselves. Let's not be comfortable. And this is a massive mistake. I can talk about it all day about this particular point, but I have to stop here. Let's not be comfortable. It's a big mistake. And guess what? Our husbands are not going to tell us. I have to say it. Other girls are saying it. Another mistake that I have seen most women do is that they compare their husbands. Yes, if you're listening to this thing I'm saying, and every time you see somebody, you say, oh, my husband will not do this, Oh, you know what? This thing your husband is doing, my husband. And the worst of it is that you say it in front of your husband. Can I say to you, men have ego, right? Men have ego. There's a video, the talk show I did about men, fatherhood, and we talked about ego, and we also talked about it in what men want. Please, if you have not seen that video, I'm going to link it on the description section, and I'm also going to link it, put a card on, so you can go and watch it. What men really want. I invited a guy, and he talked about what men really want. You want to try and see that video. One of the things he said was that men have ego. Well, everyone have ego, right? But men have ego, and their ego, they would preserve that ego for anything. The last thing you want to do as a woman is to compare your spouse or compare your husband in front of him. It's so disrespectful. If you're hearing what I'm saying and you know you've done it once, don't do it again, because it is not good. Do not compare your spouse. Do never, ever, ever compare your spouse. Do not compare. Even when you're arguing, do not compare your spouse. I know that sometimes emotion gets the better of us, and when we want to say something, we say, do you not see how this person does it? Do you not see how that person does it? Let's try as much as we can not to get to that point where we'll compare our spouse to other men. If those other men you're comparing your spouse to, if their wife opened their mouth to tell you what they are going through, you will thank God for your spouse. Another mistake women make is sharing too much with their friend. I'm going to leave a disclaimer here. I'm one of those people that advocates for you to talk to someone when you're going through stuff. I don't believe in keeping it to yourself. I don't believe in oh yeah, God should only be the third party in your marriage. I don't believe in it. Honestly, I've made so many videos that I can just talk about them all day. I invited Dr. Shola some time ago, and he came on my talk show. One of the things he talked about was that every family needs a personal counselor, a personal therapist. Women, guys, we need to be more proactive, because a man will not go get a counselor, right? A man will not go get a therapist. We have to do these things for our family. My passion is family, and I just want family to work, because if family works, the community is going to work, the church is going to, everybody's going to be affected, because family is the foundation, is that seed, is that tiny building block that when you add and add and add, it becomes this massive thing. So every family needs a therapist. If you really want to speak to someone, you are going through stuff, I would encourage every family, I encourage you as a woman to have a therapist, that whenever stuff is going on, you go and speak to that therapist. That friend that is your friend now may be your enemy tomorrow. Tell me about it. That friend that you share stuff with, don't forget there is time and season. There is a season where that friend will be in your life, which I think God has actually made it that way. And there is a season where that friend is going to leave. Do you think that friend will be trusted enough to keep everything you've shared with her? Think about it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have friends. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have people we share stuff with. To be honest, most things that we go through in our marriages, they are not unique to our families. Most things, many other women go through stuff like that. But be careful what you share with your friends. Anything that you know, if someone else hears it, you would be ashamed of. Speak to a therapist about it. Be careful, because they may not be your friends all the time. Another mistake women make in marriage is that they expect too much. Expectation from ourselves, expectation of ourselves, expectation of our children, expectation of our spouse, expectation here, expectation there. Even expecting God, right? We need to come to this point where, you know what? You cannot get everything we want. We as women, we cannot get everything we want. Yes, our spouses, they try their best. Most men try their best to make sure that they provide for us. They are there for us, to support us, to push us. It's not everything that we expect. Sometimes we read so much book that it begins to affect us as women. Sometimes we listen to so many things that it begins to affect us as women. Can I just say, in as much as we women will have flaws, our men have flaws. Let us stop expecting things from them. If there's anything that we think they can do, instead of expecting them to do it, we can as well just say it to them and remind them of it. Men like to be told what to do. Men don't read our mind. They don't understand. If you like, let your emotion go from happy, sad, crying. If you can just save yourself all those different emotions and just express yourself by telling your spouse what you want them to do, because they are not going to be able to read your mind thinking of what you're expecting them to do. So these are the 5 things that I've actually looked at and I've actually researched, and I've seen that these are the things that women do as soon as they get married. They begin to do it. Most women do it consciously, most women do it unconsciously, but whichever group that you fall into and you've seen this video, I would encourage you to please try as much as you can to we should work on ourselves, right? We should be better. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Don't allow anyone deceive you that marriage is this, marriage is bad, marriage is the other one. Just like everything that has advantage has its advantage. Everything good comes with its challenges, right? Everything good comes with its challenges, just like marriage. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Like I said at the beginning of my video, I help you know that family and marriage is a working progress. Is something that is progressive if you put that commitment, if you work hard to be able to make it beautiful. So guys, I just hope that I've managed to express myself and talk to us as women. If you have any question about what I've listed out, let me know in the comment section. If there's any points that resonates so much with you that you see a lot of women make as mistakes, please let me know in the comment section. If there's anything I've not actually listed that you think women actually do this a lot as soon as they get married, let us know in the comment section as well, because we are all learning, we're all trying to get better. So thank you so much for watching this video. Be grateful, be positive, and be yourself. See you on my next video.